You got it, Ness. This is your shit now.
Yeah, we're live Memorial Day weekend. Dukes and Nest, the return of Dukes. For those who don't see this live, you will be seeing it eventually. We're gonna work through the technical difficulties together. We're gonna get that chat going together. But just feels good to have Dukes back. How you feeling, brother?
I'm banged up, but I'm fucking pumped for today, dude. I'm so fucking gassed for today. Today's gonna be an all-time day. Memorial Day weekend. Like we say it all year in podcasting biz. You want to play your best ball in May. It's May, baby. Memorial Day weekend, and the four best teams that have played the best ball so far that
We
showcase
we
this
find
weekend.
we finally made it, and I don't want to say like I told you so, but
How are
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
have
say
to
I told
dig
you?
through some old episodes and see if I might have hit this Final Four right on the nose when you and I were going at it in February. Um, I might have had Notre Dame in there, which could have that what could be my miss, but other than that, I mean, I know I had Cuse. This was the year Cuse was actually back, um, so I'm
I,
fired
I,
up.
di- and I'm not taking anything away from anyone that makes Final Four, obviously, but like I think what gets slept on with people when it comes to the lacrosse tournament is you win two games, and the trajectory of your season is drastically different. The way that we were talking about Syracuse a month ago, winning the ACC tournament, great, but like kind of limping their way into the ACC tournament. What they rattle off three straight losses,
Yeah, they weren't. They were not looking
which
good.
is just no, but like I'm not like it's just crazy how like you win two games, you beat who they play in the first round.
Har-
Harvard.
Harvard.
You escape Harvard. You beat Princeton, and now it's like, all right, back. It's just crazy how quickly on a diamond changes.
Yeah, I mean, I think you touched on earlier when we were talking about since the tournament's so small, these people who they hang banners for going to the Sweet 16 or for going to the Elite Eight, and I think you said it one time. Like, you just have to win one game. And it's not saying it's easy. It's just your whole season can really change based on just how you perform in May. Champions are made in May. That's what they've been saying for years. I can't see the chat. I'm gonna have to pull up. Oh, here we go. I got it. Grimes is in there. Shout out Grimes. He's always tapped in.
Nestler is a sicko for the chat, but yeah, what game's first? What game's first today?
We got Cornell, Penn State, noon. Cornell over with our friends at DraftKings is giving 2.5 to the Penn State Nittany Lions. Who do you like there, dudes? Who are you
What would
putting
they?
your hard-earned money on?
Dude, I don't know. I can't close my eyes and see anybody else besides Cornell and CJ Kirst hoisting this trophy. Now, do I think it's going to be a great game? I personally do. I think we're gonna get an all-time classic. What makes this tournament, and again, going back to what we were just talking about, what I think makes this tournament so great this year is there's not one or two teams that are above the rest. I think last year you saw like an all-time great team like Notre Dame, where you're like, yeah, like you could kind of just picture them going to the championship game. With the four teams left, all of them are beatable. There's not like a dominant team in my perspective. I think Cornell can lose games. I think like obviously Penn State's beatable, Maryland's beatable, Syracuse is beatable. You don't know who the fuck you're gonna get, but like this is gonna. I can't predict who the championship game's gonna be,
My
but
my
I do like
hell,
Cornell.
my hell would be something bad happening to Cornell today. I need CJ Kirst and those boys to make it to Monday. He needs one more chance at the title. And Penn State's dangerous. They are sneaky, just like they already beat Cornell. I mean, everyone knows that it was a pretty wild game how they did it. I don't believe in the bullshit that it's hard to beat a team twice. Um, I just think
It's an
I
intriguing factor that game too, because
what
I don't know if you're just gonna. Cause do you know what goes into that game too?
what wait what are you saying?
Do you know what goes into that Penn State Cornell game too? Like
What's
the surrounding factors. Like they obviously had the collapse, right? That was like, Cascadon has that like face-off penalty, go 2 minute unreleasable. They go man up. They fucking put four by it in dust.
Yep.
People could say that was a fluky win, right?
A little bit, but I think I know where you're going with this.
Matt Trainer in the starting attack was out.
Yeah, they were missing everyone. I thought Cornell was going to win by 100 that day.
Yeah.
And like Penn State's like when Penn State got going last week, when they just fucking put their foot on the gas and just went turbo mode during the comeback against Notre Dame. Like, that's what scares me. And I've always said about Cornell, I'm worried about the D unit. I know you're more worried about the goalie, but I look at it as a whole, one whole family. Um,
Yeah, but I think that you can play good defense and your goalie lets you down. Like I'm not like, and I'm not one of those guys that just like blames the goalie, but like I do think you can look at certain teams and be like, yeah, like I don't think their defense is that bad. I think their goalie's that bad. And like in the case of Cornell, I think that Nust isn't like terrible. I think that he can let you down. I mean, like last week he had fucking meatballs. You could have had Nestler on 5 bong rips in there today, and he would have performed better.
if you have Nessler and 5 bong rips, I'll tell you one thing: it would have been 14-0 my team. We would have been zooming. Just ask the Salisbury boys. They've been on the other end of it. They know what it's like. I go in there, the right mentality, a couple rips deep. We're ending their 42-game win streak at Cabrini. You're bringing me back. You're bringing me back to the good days. Out the fellas, baby. 6 years ago today.
Was it?
It might not have been today. I'm full. It might have been the 24th.
Let me see.
It might have been the 24th or 26th, I think.
I'm going to the D3 National Championship on Sunday night. I'm rooting very hard for Dickinson.
Who are you rooting for, Dickinson?
Yeah, I really want Dickinson to win.
I think it'd be cool. I do hate Dickinson just because like they kind of were mean to Nest and scored a lot of goals on me. But I don't have like beef with like Tufts. Like a lot of people hate on Tufts, but like I kind of like him. You know, I was a big Mac Bradle fan, Chatham boy. But like the coach is also pretty like he's always been nice to me. He's cool.
26th.
26 was Cabrini's. All right.
Yeah. Oh, you guys played
Right
Amherst? You guys beat Amherst?
Yeah, they.
Can I say something controversial?
Yeah.
Does it really count if you didn't beat Tufts or RIT?
I mean, we had to go through Salisbury and York, the top.
Or
4 teams in
Salisbury.
the country.
Does it really matter though if you didn't beat them in
Yeah,
the national
they got
championship?
the teams you just listed got walked by Amherst, who then got walked by us.
I know Amherst is really good. Amherst is really good. Look, I'm grasping at straws here. I'm grasping at straws. It's 10:52 in the morning and I'm fucking grasping.
10:52, a little hungover. Someone Uber Eats Dukes a bloody, for the love of God.
I was thinking about fucking doing it at like a bar, and I was like, holy shit! I'm waking up at the last minute.
Dukes going live for the Crease Dive at his local bar where he was posted up last week for the games.
It was awesome. We will be taking chat questions. If we have enough people in the chat, we can keep this going as well. Just like to let you guys know. I see Evans in here. He says, Nest, I hope you plan on getting a tan this summer.
What'd you say? I'm having trouble hearing you sometimes, Dukesy. My bad.
Evan said, Nest, I hope you plan on getting a tan this summer.
Yeah, I mean, Evan. Listen, Evan's a great guy, but he's Team Nest, and he's also Team Chirp Nest. Like I'm trying, Evan. I'm trying to get some color for you. Unfortunately, I don't live in fucking Atlanta, Georgia, like you. Drop your address in the chat. I'll pull up.
Yeah, Evan just said it does. It does. They beat Bury in the tournament. Show some respect, Dukes. I'll show respect. All I'm saying is that championship would have counted more if they beat. Over under 4.5 yawns from Dukes. I think I already cashed the over.
Yeah, the over smacked. I'm trying not to look at Dukes because he's gonna make me tie. I think. Let's see if this works. Can you motherfuckers hear me?
What's your deal today? So where are you watching the games?
I'm watching it with some Cabrini fellas in Philly.
What?
I can hear you so much better.
What?
You're yelling.
Yeah. My girlfriend's behind me sleeping.
I can hear you way better now. I'm watching.
Yeah, because you finally got headphones. Did you get a mic yet?
Dude, listen. I'm trying my best out here, Dukes. It's a one-man operation right now without you. Like, I'm counting coins, scraping them off the table, trying to make sure the podcast gets out. The mic's coming. The mic is coming. I gotta get a mic. That's on me. Hand up for everyone. And I love that everyone still listens, which is nice. It shows that they kind of like me.
So what else do you like in the game today?
I like Cuse. Like I think I want Cuse, but I took Maryland in like a bracket that I entered for this May Madness. Shout out to
You just want Cuse to win.
But yeah, I think I want Cuse to win. So I'm probably not touching that game.
I have a take that I couldn't really launch yet. I'll launch it here. I respect the hell out of Joey Spallina's performance and what he did last week. I love Joey Spallina. Great guy. Trader Joe, his father, great guy. I thought the interview was pretty corny.
100%. But I think if he had left it with just the first one, when he said like, "I guess I can't dodge or beat anyone," I think he was good there. But then when he went back and did like, "I guess we can win a big game," and like you got to give it to him though. Like he was having fun with it. I felt the same way. I didn't expect everyone to love it as much as they did.
Oh,
I
dude,
loved.
I couldn't believe that either.
Yeah, like people really loved it, which is fun. Like again, like I didn't hate it, but I was like, people already were hating on him all the time, and he did kind of.
I hated it. I hated
That's
it.
fine.
I'm not gonna lie. I love Joey as a player too. I fucking hated that interview.
Yeah, I mean, we've been pretty big on the Spallina train, and I know I can speak for myself. I'm like, I don't think I've ever been out on Spallina. I've
Yeah.
always acknowledged, like, yeah, there's times where, like, he can disappear, but like, guess what? He's like a magician. He reappeared in the biggest of moments. So it was pretty cool. I think I sent him like a slew of DMs, like 20 edibles deep on my couch. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, like those fucking idiots.
I see. Like my thing is, he was like, I guess I can't dodge anybody, and from my perspective, it's like I don't really think that like he burned anybody. Like he got to pass his defender. Like this is like one of the few times I could be like, wow, he like ran past his defender, and he did it like once or twice. Wouldn't necessarily say he like dodged his way to a victory or like that he like dominated dodging. Like it was like he used his body well, which that's what he does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need you to be a dodger. I don't care if you can't like run past your defender. Like that's not your game. Don't get out of your game. Like play your style, play your game. Use your IQ to your advantage. Use your body to your advantage. Use use your angles to your advantage. I mean, I just saw him being like, oh, I guess you can't dodge anybody. It's like, all right, dude. Like you don't have like that's not what like nobody cares about that.
Grimes is saying he was chirping Dan Aresta, that maybe it was a Dan Arestia quote. So I don't know. It's good that Spallina. We're on Spallina's side. Spallina's on our side. So he's a crease type athlete. I just made that up on the spot. So he is. That's what you get. We got thoughts on Charlottesville 2026, Dukes.
Love it. Love it. Perfect
I love
size
it.
stadium, going down south. You know, I think it's gonna capture that Baltimore audience. It would be sick. I'm yawning. It would be sick to see Virginia in the Final Four next year. I also loved like Hartford, going to Hartford for the Final Four. So being able to go to like one of those like college-sized football stadiums, like I'm down for it.
Is it crazy for me to say that I love it, but I do think it should be in the dome? Is that insane?
Yeah,
Like imagine
because
the dome on Memorial Day weekend. It's a little
Yeah.
more remote, but
I gotta think about like how easy it is for a
people get
chunk of people to get there. Syracuse, you're just gonna get upstate.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, people are gonna go to the Final Four. People will go to the Dome, but like, what? How far is that from Baltimore?
pretty fucking far.
It's
And
gotta be. I have no idea.
Syracuse is up there. It's probably like 4 or 5 hours, if not more.
So
From like Jersey, it's pretty far, and Baltimore's pretty
from
fucking.
New York, from Long Island, it's like 5.5.
Yeah, like we might be looking at more of a 6-7 hour type, John. I guarantee you, Grimes has that answer for us. Dome is too big for Memorial Day and not central enough. Thanks, John Michael. We agree.
I think
100%.
MetLife should get it one year.
That'd be kind of cool. The first event ever at MetLife Stadium was the Big City Lax Tournament, the first sporting event ever hosted at MetLife. People
Damn.
forget. People forget. Unbelievable poll, yeah.
That's a great poll.
I remember watching that was when Robert Guida was playing. That's why I'm in debt to
Chatham.
Hopkins. Oh, here we go.
Kai, the goalie. Dude, this guy's my dog.
Oh, dude, shout out Kai the goalie. This guy rocks.
Dog.
Kai, I'll be honest. I wasn't sure if you were real for like a few months. I was like, this guy's he's too cool, calm, collected. But if you're not
Awesome
tapped
video.
in,
Awesome
yeah.
video he dropped on the timeline the other day.
yeah, he just rips it. He just positive vibes. 12 years old on the dot. We found out. So tap in with him if you haven't already. He's got a YouTube channel and everything. So if you're young and you like, oh, chill.
What you
I
say?
just-
It. Finish it.
No, because it wouldn't. If I it
Just.
was gonna-
I think you just finished that thought.
No, because it was gonna be like from my heart, and you were gonna make it sinister, and that's okay. MetLife and the bank don't want to deal with it. Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, to be honest, like MetLife would be sick, but I'm also in that boat. Like, if you're gonna bring it up here, you should play it in a soccer stadium. Like, I do think soccer stadiums would be cool. Like, I think going to the PLL championship at the Union Stadium right behind me. Like I think that's a perfect venue for it. Like it feels so much. It feels so crowded, and I know for Memorial Day weekend that there's going to be a fuckload of people if you bring that to New Jersey in a
Right.
similar-sized stadium. So it's insane, you freak. Game 2, Dukes. What do we got for game 2? Let me try to pull up the actual lines because you probably can't.
Nope.
So like I said, I think my heart wants Syracuse. I do have like a not a future, but for that bracket I'm in, I have Maryland. So I think I'm just gonna root for good lacrosse and like Grimes in here. He's a big Cuse fan, so maybe I'll pull for him a little bit. But no, I'm not betting on this game. Syracuse plus 1.5. Maryland minus 160 money line.
Yeah, I got it. I think I'm just gonna do a parlay of Cornell and Maryland. I just don't see anywhere that they're not in the championship.
I agree. I also Maryland's inevitable, and that's what sucks. I was gonna say when you said earlier that every team's beatable. I was gonna say in a world Maryland might be the least beatable team of the four.
They're very mad. They can lose matchups. This is not a matchup that they lose. Like even if you think about like what Syracuse, in my opinion, does really well, they move the ball really well. Their offense as a unit is very, very good. Their IQ is really good. Maryland's one of the few teams that like you can't really out IQ. You know,
Yeah.
and you're not going to outcoach them ever. Like you, I don't think like maybe a handful of times Tillman's been outcoached, but I think that he'll have a game plan. I think their defenders also, their style and their toughness and their brand of ball is actually bad for Spalina. Like he's
Yeah.
gonna want to use his body on these Maryland defenders, and they won't really bite on it. Like
I mean,
they're not a
Maryland-
team that you're also gonna get. Like you're not gonna win a 19-18 game, which like usually will favor Syracuse. Like this is gonna be a under 24 goal game.
Maryland also packs it in so much when they play defense. Like those defenders are in that.
Right.
Those 6 defenders are in tight. So like they don't care. Like if you want to try to body them, like they'll just give it right back to you. They're not extending out where you can body and slip underneath. They're just sitting 10 yards almost at every angle, and they just let McNaney just lock it. And they say we've said it before. I said it like if he's on. He's so dangerous. It's insane. Like obviously there's highs and lows with McNaney, but he's proved over and over and over and over again that when this weekend comes around, you can bank on him showing up.
What is it? He's every year he's playing the championship game that he started.
I believe so. And then he was
It's
tournament
insane.
MVP when they won. I think he was saving it. They did a little special on him last week. He was saving it like 72% on the weekend in the 2 biggest games of his life. On that team of all teams to be the MVP on, like that team was fucking loaded in 2022.
Loaded.
So
Loaded. They were lucky they didn't play. They were lucky they didn't play Notre Dame. That's one of those things I will always. The toughest game they played that year, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
A Notre Dame team that didn't win.
I mean,
That
shit.
didn't make
I wish I was louder. I wish I was doing more Twitter then. I would have been up in arms for
That was a
Notre Dame
great.
like
That
I
was a
this
great.
year.
Donna was a great era.
Yeah, she was
quick-
getting laid into.
I guess we'll just like dive into the rest of the just questions from the chat. Whatever. Quick thoughts on the Drip King PL debacle.
Floor's yours.
I mean, it's bullshit. I mean, he's not good enough to play in the PLL. Am I going to lose my mind over a training camp invite? No. I mean, we saw Tim Tebow play on the Mets. We saw like Zed Williams be invited to like a Bills training camp. Like, is it apples to oranges? Sure, but like, I'm not going to lose my mind over like a training camp invite. If I'm a Bills fan and I see Zed Williams, like a lacrosse player suiting up, I'm not going to lose my mind. I get like the following plays a factor in this, but like, unfortunately, yeah, a guy with 3 million followers on social media, like, it's not like Mitch Pelkey's getting signed. No shot at Mitch, but it's not
No,
like
it's a
Mitch is
shot
getting
at
signed.
Mitch.
It's a
I
shot
would
at Mitch.
Yeah.
It's not like Mitch is playing. It's not like Mitch is suiting up. 2, it's like what's the different like how big like he was 55. I'm not saying like the guy's an All-American, but he's 55% at UMass. What Nathan Laliberti was 61% at Bryant. He was one of the best face-off guys in the country. He signed with the Atlas. Now, no disrespect to Nathan Laliberti, him and the Drip King basically have, if Trevor's healthy and everything, basically have the same shot of making the PLL. Zero. Zilch. Zero. You have 8 face-off guys that'll play in the PLL.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, if you're the 25th best face-off guy in the world, you're not playing, right? If you're the 25th best, if you're the 25th best face-off guy in the world, you're not playing. Think about that, right?
yeah, not at all.
You have no shot unless 8 guys get injured and then like another 8 guys get injured,
Yeah,
right?
you're
You're holding with what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're the PLL and you're like, all right, the 25th guy, best face-off guy in the country right out of college, like him and the Drip King have about the same shot of making a roster. We'll just bring him in because and he does have advantage because he has a following. I'm not like pumped about the move. I know like there's rumors that like they asked Holman to like have him. I don't know about all that. I don't like necessarily like, think that you should lose your arms about a fucking guy that's not going to be on a roster on Tuesday.
I think so. Some people I've talked to, I think part of the concern is that if he ends up getting signed and doesn't earn it, I personally don't think it's that insane based off his lacrosse career that he got signed. Like I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Like he played 4 years at UMass. He was an above average face-off guy at UMass, and then he goes and plays club and dominates, which was going to be pretty obvious when you take a Division I face-off guy and you bring him to the elite club level. I just think that that's not why they signed him. Like they only signed. It seems like they only signed him because of his following, and my issue there is like his fucking brand isn't even lacrosse. That his brand is just like shoving a Bible down your throat. Which if that's your thing, like good for you. But like, I mean, I don't know. I know it's gonna help the league grow, which is good. Like with the young kids love the Drip King, but older people hate the Drip King. I don't really give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence. I don't really give a fuck about it.
You're right. But like this is what I'm saying. Like, of course he has an advantage over players, and it's because he has a following. It's like no shit. But like, but in the same sense, like there are a bunch of players in this league that have a massive advantage for like knowing coaches.
Yeah, I mean it's
like
lacrosse.
if you look at like no offense to Alex Stathakis, I think he blows as a face-off guy. Like I do not think he's meant for the PLL. It's maddening that he dresses for the Water Dogs. I do not think he's good, but he has an advantage because Bill Tierney was his coach. There's a lot of guys I'm not like Jimmy Freehill might be a fucking PLL All-Star for 10 years. I have no fucking idea. But I do not like again, he probably had an advantage of getting signed to a training camp roster because of who he knew, which is the coach, Nathan Laliberti, a guy who hasn't played in a year. I know he got signed to like the Mammoths like in like February. I'm not sure if he even suited up for an NLL game, but he had an advantage over guys that were coming out of college because Pressler coached him. So like, I'm just asking people to get there's unfair advantages all across the board, and Drip King is one of them. But I personally do not. I'm not gonna fucking waste time during Final Four weekend getting hopped up about a guy that's not like if he plays, we riot.
Yeah, that's so okay. Okay, we're on the same page. So all right, cool. So
like I don't.
What if he's nasty? Like what if he earns it? Like what if he just snaps?
He's
then
not
we just
going
have to
to
be like, yeah, I mean.
He's not going to, but it's fucking crazy. Like Tucci's good, but it's not like Tucci's like an all-star.
That's fair, dude. The guy quotes you. No disrespect, but he sucks when you're talking about Stalakis.
Dude, he's just like it's just like he's the biggest he's gonna win 52% of his faceoffs.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw that kid, when I was like a junior at Cabrini, he was at Culver, I think, and they practiced at our field, and he was, including the Cabrini boys, he was for sure like a top 10 biggest guy on that field.
This is a good question. Kai the goalie, if they had 24 teams in the PLL, does he make a team? Yes.
100%.
And you want to hear
100%.
You ready for this? I think it would be even more bullshit. Cause you're ready. Cause now you're saying like we were saying, eight face-off guys dress. If you're the 16th best face-off guy in the world, you're probably not gonna even suit up in the PLL because they don't carry 2 face-off guys in a roster, right?
I mean, yeah.
So again, what I was saying, like, who cares if it's the 16th best guy? If he's not going to make it, the Drip King's not going to make it. Let's bring this guy in for eyeballs. That, like, of course, there's an unfair advantage there. With 24 teams, you're starting like going down the line of like guys will actually get screwed.
Yeah.
Like guys, I don't know. It's
No,
brain.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're getting at because like then it's like right now so many people are getting screwed because the roster's small. Where like he
Right,
would really
right.
be taking someone's
Right.
spot.
Right.
If it was bigger.
Right, exactly.
Two hungover brains. That's how that was good that we got that message across.
All the guys who are complaining about the Drip King getting the league because they are connected are the same guys that got grandfathered into JP Morgan. Yeah.
That is funny. I do like that comment, but it is. I think the only reason I think it's different is because like I guess it's the same concept, but like my big thing is like the competitiveness of the league. Like if this guy's not good, then it's just stupid. But he said he doesn't suck at all.
Which one, Drip King or Astathakis?
I don't know, but if you're talking about the Drip King, that might be the Drip King's burner. He's tapped in. Also, the Drip King ducked my. He's probably talking about Stalakis. The Drip King ducked my goalie challenge. So like, if we want to get upset about something, let's get upset about him ducking the goalie challenge with Nest, because you know he's reading every comment on that post. Like, don't. You think you're bigger than me, Drip King? You think you're better than me, Drip King?
He probably is.
He is. Yeah, I mean, he has millions of followers and probably a little bit better at face-offs. Better than him at lacrosse.
Syracuse offense gets hot or really fucking cold. That backing down thing Joey does isn't really going to do shit. I completely agree. I think, again, like, that's like me being like, his game, what he wants to do, plays very well in what Maryland wants him to do.
Yeah.
They want him to use his body. They want him to, like,
play. Yeah, like he's trying to isolate a matchup and draw a slide and dish it. It's like Maryland's just not gonna. Maryland's gonna put their eggs in like we're gonna defend you one-on-one and we're not gonna slide you. And if you score 6 goals, like then that's the sword they'll die on. But they're not gonna let Spallina draw slides and just start dishing it all over their heads. That's like what Maryland is for sure not gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a way. Princeton tried to isolate him, and they weren't going to him early, and he got those goals early, and then they probably got in the huddle, and they said, hey, we got to go to him. He's going to score 8 if we don't. He's just winning his matchup. So they start sliding to him. He said, all right, bet, fuck you. And he started dishing the ball all over their heads. So we'll see. That Maryland D, it's just...
It's good. It's a good... I think unit-wise, like... Cornell's the best offensive unit I've seen in the country by far, right? Like I'm not saying that, but they also have like the best player in the country. When you just take like, I think the way that Hughes can whip the ball around, like they don't have a guy that can, in my opinion, who you're gonna be like, hey, like they don't have a CJ Curse where it's like, hey, go get us one.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have Sam English, like.
Showtime for them. They are like one beast. They don't have a beast. They are just a disgusting cog, that Hughes team. I love this. I love that. I don't know why it makes sense, but it does.
I mean, I think Maryland wins this pretty easily. What's the spread? 2.5?
1.5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna slam Maryland. I'm gonna go to New Jersey and slam it.
Just fucking get up.
Little Birdie told me Joey's going to play more like the first Notre Dame game. I have no idea what happened in that game. Do you?
No, but I know it's going to piss off Grimes. He's just such a diehard Cuse guy.
What's the Flow Sports game of the week?
That
was
National
Grimes.
Championship.
That was Grimes.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be so pissed that we don't know what he's talking about.
In 10 years... Don't say I can't be in the PLL, bro. Kai. It's either the PLL or you're gonna be the co-host of Nesty.
Yeah. You got to be 18. So we'll wait on that. But Kai's on the right path.
This is a good question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how boring is this Maryland Cuse game gonna be? I'd go 9.
No, we're gonna get treated today. I'm going low. 3-4. I just the second I said it, just sounded like a 7-6 game in my head. No, I want to be low. Fuck you. You're probably right, but I'm just gonna send good vibes out there that it's gonna be an electric game.
Kai also, I mean, Evan said he was more off ball, and now I remember that. And yeah, I think that would be a good game plan for Syracuse to go into it with. Like, that checks out with me. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. Yeah, I mean the first go around, like you saw when he tried to use his body with these Maryland defenders, like didn't do shit. Like their offense was stalled. Like I don't know how many times Syracuse's offense has been held to less than 10 goals this year, but I know they had 7 against Maryland. So for anyone who hasn't seen the weather, it's gonna be in the 50s and raining, 870 and sunny like the dome.
Screams Tillman.
Tillman.
Yeah.
I'm
He's Kai the goalie said Nesty will be my co-host. What a fucking legend. Um, the first 50 minutes are going to be rough. It feels. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just hoping for fireworks. Like I want that Syracuse offense to penetrate Maryland early, so that then Maryland has to put their foot on the gas on offense, and it just turns into the shootouts we've been seeing. It does seem like it's going to be a harder task for Maryland to suffocate Syracuse this game than it did the first game, strictly based off of like they're rolling right now. And the last 4 or 5 games I watched of Cuse, including the ACC tournament, like you said, they in a way limped into that a little bit. But since then, I've sort of like I've been calling them Showtime Syracuse, Showtime Cuse. Like they're doing disgusting things on the field, and they're doing it as one. No one's just doing it all themselves. So if they can start swinging it around, I want fireworks.
yeah.
You guys are Max Podcast legends. Thanks, Jacob.
DP
D3 pick?
championship. Yeah. Dickinson.
Yeah, he's on Dixon. I'm going Tufts. Like, I think it's a cool story for Dickinson, but I just don't like. I don't think I need to be part of that story. I'd rather Tufts. Just if it's not Stevenson, I'm cool with whatever. To be honest.
Yeah. I would like Dickinson. It reminds me of this, but like I don't know. Like if Dickinson wins the national championship, I am scared that like 4 years from now, the school will shut down.
Man, you're so lucky. You're like 2 states away from me because like I would beat your ass.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Fuck. I thought you were gonna say.
Dude, I'll just fuck Ness. You could hook me. You get the body, like, and that's how you're gonna take me down. I get it, but like, I'll be like chasing, like, I'll be making you gassed out. Like, I'll get like 1 minute in the circle, like, I'll be circling you. I'll be
if
playing
we're in-
defense.
If we're in a cage, you're dead. If we're like in the world,
In
and
a
you can
cage,
just fucking
in a
run
cage,
just
in
run
a cage, I'm
marathon.
gonna. I've seen that inhaler. I've seen that inhaler. I've seen that
It's
inhaler in
illegal.
action.
You can't use these.
He has it on him.
You can't.
He has it on him.
You're right. So that would be a concern of mine. I'd have to kill you very quickly. But then once I'm not, I would just like back. I don't know. You can't use your inhaler when you're fighting. I don't think in the UFC or boxing. So I would be fucked.
We gotta eat. Yeah. Let's not act like Hughes hasn't been in these last 2 games against Maryland. Nest. I mean, they were not in that game against Maryland. They were not in that. Grimes. What the fuck are we talking about? That was the cleanest. Like, wow, Maryland has been kicking their ass the entire game. That game was never in doubt for Maryland. Like, were they blowing them out? No. But like, it was Maryland was in control of that game the entire time. One run and Dukes breaks his leg probably. 100 Gorillas versus Nestle. Who's losing? Oh, who do you have in the D2? Tampa or Delphi? I'm rolling with the Delphi. GC Grid.
I like the goalie for Adelphi. He's the guy from Brown, right?
Nope. That's the Tampa goalie. The Adelphi goalie is fucking probably better.
Oh,
though.
the Adelphi goalie's been there for a couple years. I like both those goalies.
He should be on a PL. You want to talk about a training camp snub? He should be on a roster.
Which one? The Adelphi goalie?
Renner.
I don't hate that. You see who's going there next year? The Christian Toomey. Do you know who that is? You remember?
Yeah,
him?
it's Mitch and Hoagie's boy.
Yeah, he's been through a crazy journey, and he's like the most locked in I've seen a guy be locked in forever. But yeah, so he'll be there next year. I'm gonna take fucking.
And Grimes said they were winning at half. They were what were they up 1 at half, and the second half got dominated. Maybe they had 1 goal. It was like a low scoring game. They were playing right into Maryland style the entire time.
Yeah, they kind of got choked out in the second half. Not great.
I got a Delphi. Let's end it on this because I want to go back to bed before this fucking game. Other than the games, what are your plans this Memorial Day?
I think I'm gonna head down the shore either later today or tomorrow morning.
Which
Hanging with
part?
the Cabrini boys today, going down to the Belmar area.
Fuck yes.
A lot of Chatham fellas down there, a lot of Chatham ladies, good friends of the program. So I'll see some people down there, and then probably take a whole pack of edibles on Monday and watch the championship game and just hug over as fuck. So it seems
I'm
like
a shore whore, and I was thinking about going up tonight. Actually, want to know quick story before we shut off?
Yeah, I'm always down for
When we had the intern interviews, it was when the PLL had the break because of the World Games. I went to the shore where a bunch of my family is, and I'm at the Columns, which is notorious, the slums, and I had a contingent that weekend, a contingent of Nestler fans coming up to me being like, hire Nestler, hire Nesty. And I mean, it got to the point where like I had to start like telling my family, like I was like I had an intern interview, and like I told, like I had to explain like that these people had to come up to me, tell me to hire you. So like the Belmar area really did you wonders.
Those are riders. I'm gonna just go and assume those are Chatham boys because
It was.
that area is a lot of Chatham boys. And for anyone wondering, they're not those guys that went up to Dukes. I think Dukes had mentioned to me before, and I tried to figure out like who was going up. They're not like my best friends. They're not my like guys that I graduated high school with. They're just fellas I played with, good guys, and those are the type of guys you need in your corner who will just ride for you when you're not around. Just so, without that, maybe we might not be here right now. So
Yep.
shout out those guys and Cabrini closing down because that was my in here. And then thanks Dukes for hiring me because I'd probably be just tweeting or texting myself because I need to get these thoughts out of my head most of the time.
Nestler, you're crushing it with this shit. I'm mad I can't join every week, but thank you for keeping this podcast alive. I mean, obviously when I can join, I want to. Maybe we can figure something out for the PLL season. Maybe like a Friday happy hour, like pregame show. I know you're doing the interviews. I think people are really liking that. So keep doing that and just keep doing you, brother.
Appreciate it, Dukesy. Good luck with the new job. Have you're not shipping up to Boston this weekend, right? You are.
I am. We got a Pelkey live show after the national championship, or not live show, maybe just like podcast shit. But
How
it's
do
good stuff.
do you guys have to go through the N? So I know like when you do the live show with the PLL, it's through them. But like, do you have to go through the NCAA to do the Pelkey live show like stuff there?
I told you the reason I do it. I just have to show up. It's so goddamn easy. I don't
Fair
answer any
enough.
questions.
Because like I was thinking, I was like, damn, I'd love to do something there, but I was like, I fucking hate the NCAA, and like all I do is slander their name. So I feel like if I reached out to them, they'd be like, yeah, we're good, man. We really don't want to affiliate with you in the slightest. So
I think we're just going to like a parking lot. Charlotte PLL weekend's one of my favorite weekends of the year. Charlotte's awesome.
I might.
Charlotte
maybe,
is awesome.
Maybe I'll sneak down there and visit my boy. We'll see. But Dukes, I
All right.
appreciate you hopping on, man. Good luck with everything, and we'll get back on soon. For anyone who didn't believe Dukes would be back, he's living right here, baby. He's alive.
Yes. Nessa, have a good weekend, brother.
You as well, Dukes. Love you, brother. Love everyone else. Enjoy your guys' weekend.